Deep beneath these waters lurks the supreme predator, who feeds on flesh, can swallow a mallard whole, and can grow up to 6 foot long. Catching one is war. The pike, Tales from the Riverbank, Bank Holiday Monday at 9:10 on BBC2.
Yesterday they transformed Prime Minister's questions. Today they're talking about reforming whole swathes of parliamentary procedure. Is the Commons absurdly out of date, or will New Labour and all the new MPs be won over by its quaint traditions? We'll introduce winners of the ballot for private members' bills, and we'll preview tonight's vote on devolution. Join me in 5 minutes.
A summary of the news now on BBC2 with Jennie Bond. Good afternoon. The government is to spend an extra £10 million to help reduce waiting times for cancer patients. The money will come from savings on NHS red tape. The Prime Minister said the aim was to cut management costs by up to £100 million this year.
The visit to King's Hospital in South London by the Prime Minister was designed to demonstrate Tony Blair's personal commitment to improving cancer services, and breast cancer in particular. Today, the government said it was to put £10 million into the service to help reduce the time women have to wait between diagnosis and treatment. The money comes from a £100 million package of savings extracted from the NHS's administration. While a large proportion of the savings are as a result of the Conservatives' own efficiency initiatives, Labour is pleased it's fulfilled its election manifesto pledge.
I must emphasise, this is only the very first stage of our plans to reduce the costs of running the National Health Service, ploughing back all savings to where they belong for use in treating the sick.
Campaigners for cancer sufferers welcomed the extra money.
It's a good start, and I wouldn't like to disparage what's being done, but I don't think that as it's presented currently, it's going to have a serious impact to improve the outcomes of breast cancer treatment.
The government is keen to give the impression that it's getting on with the job of renewing the NHS. However, the situation is far from rosy. A looming financial crisis is causing waiting lists to rise and services to be cut. The NHS, one of Labour's strongest cards in opposition, could become one of its biggest liabilities in government.
3 appeal court judges have reimposed an order preventing a woman from going ahead with an abortion. But the action taken by her estranged husband may have come too late. The woman's lawyer told the court in Edinburgh that her client, who's 21, was having the termination today, but it's not clear if it has taken place. Firefighters in Essex have voted to end industrial action which led to 7 strikes in the county. The deal put forward by Essex County Council was accepted by 94% of the Fire Brigade's union members. They say it meets nearly all their demands. The council says it doesn't know the final cost of the settlement. A Cypriot fisherman who's accused of knowingly passing on the AIDS virus to a British woman has been ordered to appear in court in Larnaca this afternoon. Pavlos Georgiou was due to be confronted by Jeanette Pink this morning, but when she arrived to give evidence against him, his lawyers said he had admitted himself to hospital for tests. The judge issued a warrant for his arrest and told police to bring him to court. England need 171 to beat Australia in the first one-day international at Headingley. Darren Gough, Mark Elam and Adam Hollyoak took 2 wickets apiece to hold the Australians to 170 for 8 from their 50 overs. And that's it. The next news is at 5 to 4.
Good afternoon. Portsmouth University has been criticised in a report into the way it handled the controversy surrounding its former Vice-Chancellor. Neil Merritt resigned 3 years ago after an internal investigation into expenses claims for university trips. The report by the National Audit Office says university governors failed to act appropriately. Thames Valley Police say they believe they've already interviewed the person responsible for an arson attack in Berkshire, which led to the death of a 7-year-old girl. Emily Salvini died after petrol was poured through the letterbox of her home in Caversham 3 weeks ago. Associated British Ports has started delivering 130,000 leaflets to homes outlining its proposals for the future of the Port of Southampton. ABP says it's more confident than ever that it will be able and allowed to extend the port into the environmentally sensitive Dibdin Bay area. That's all for now. We'll be back with more news in an hour. Now for the national weather.
Good afternoon. The weather is in the process of quietening down for the bank holiday weekend. At the moment, though, we've still got some thicker clouds stretching from Wales into central parts of England, and that's still producing a few spots of very light rain. That rain slipping away to the southeast through the rest of this afternoon and into this evening. By the end of the evening, we'll find skies clearing over much of Northern Ireland and Scotland, and clear skies remaining across Scotland tonight underneath this little ridge of high pressure, and that means temperatures could fall